Okay, so this is the third video. This will be the video for numbers 10 through 17. Okay, we are looking at number 10 first, and this is solving a system. This system is set up to where you can use elimination, but you can also use your calculator. When it's set up for elimination, the calculator method is an option. So I'm going to run through that right quick. I've got the steps on the screen. Okay. What you would do is press second matrix, which the matrix button is actually the X to the -1 button. Okay, it's a little button that has X to the -1. Far left-hand column. Okay, that's where matrix is. So press second and then that button. Arrow over to math and select RREF. Make sure you don't do the REF, it's the RREF. Okay. Then from there you'll press alpha zoom and it'll bring up this matrix menu. You've got to make sure you select a 2x3 matrix and then click OK. All right. So then your screen is going to look like this. You got to hit enter. Sorry. And then you got to select OK, excuse me. And then you've got to enter your matrix, which remember the matrix is just where you pull out all of the numbers and don't pay any attention to the letters. So that's the matrix you would enter, okay, and then hit enter. Now let's talk about how you read what the calculator gives you. There's three options of what the calculator will give you. You could have this first option right here, where if you have ones on this diagonal here that's yellow, and then zeros on the diagonal that's green, then that means this is your X and this is your Y. So that would mean your solution is 3, -3. Okay, that's one option. A second option is when your whole bottom row is all zeros. That means infinite solutions. Third option is if you have 0, 0, 1, and that means no solution. So that might be something you jot down on your little piece of paper that you get to use on the test tomorrow. Okay, so when we look back at our calculator screen from number 10, we've got ones on the diagonal, zeros on this diagonal. So here is our ordered pair answer. So the answer is 3, -3. All right, number 11. Number 11 is set up for substitution. So on number 11, you're going to take what they tell you y is equal to and replace the y in the second equation with that information. So you'd have 6x minus 5. Now we're replacing the y with -4x minus 18 equals 12. From here, you're going to have to distribute. So we'd have 6x, -5 times -4x is positive 20x. -5 times -18 is positive 90 equals 12. Combine your like terms to get 26x plus 90 equals 12. Now we're working to solve for x. So we subtract 90 from both sides. I get 26x equals -78. Divide both sides by 26, and x is going to give you -3. Now that I know x, I can solve for y. So we know y is equal to -4 times whatever x is, which we found to be -3 minus 18. So -4 times -3 is 12. Subtract the 18, we get -6. So your final answer is -3, -6. Okay, now we're on to sketching a linear inequality, and this is just a single inequality. So you're just going to graph the line and shade. Some things you might want to jot down on your card that you can use for your test would be type of line and the shading. So the first symbol is greater than or equals to, so, and that's going to be a solid line, shade above. The next one's just greater than, so it's dashed and below. Next one is solid because it has the equal sign on it. And it's, I'm sorry, I told you wrong on the last one. I thought that put those in a different order. Do it back. Dashed and above, excuse me, on the greater than symbol. Less than equals to is solid and below. There we go. And then the last one is less than, so it's dashed and below. All right, so that might be something, again, that you put on your little sticky note size paper. All right, so looking at this, we're going to plot it just like we would any other line. You put a y-intercept at 1 for this, and then our slope says to go down 4 and over 3. Or you could go up 4 and over 3, over to the left 3. Solid line. Okay, it's less than, so you're going to shade below. Okay. All right, number 13, same basic idea here. You're going to put a y-intercept at -2. You're going to go up 1 and over 2, up 1 and over 2. This time it's a dashed line. You got to look at this symbol right here to decide what's going to happen from this point. So it's a dashed line. And then your shading, it's greater than, so it's going to be everything above it. All of this. All right, on the systems of inequalities, starting with number 14, you've got to graph both of them and look for the overlapping shading. Okay, so first line, y-intercept of 2, slope of down 1 and right 3, or up 1 and left 3, dashed line, and now my shading is going to be greater than that line, so I go above the y-intercept. So there's that one. Then I go back and graph the second one, y-intercept of -2, up 1 over 1. Dash line again. This one I'm going to shade less than. So that's going to be, I'm going to do a different color real quick. That didn't show up like I wanted it to. There we go. It's going to be all of this is less than. So the green section over here, I'm going to darken it, this green area, because that's the solution area. So always darken the solution zone if you're using, if you're shading both areas. All right, number 15, y-intercept of 2, slope of down 1, right 2, dashed line, less than, so I'll be shading all of this. Second inequality, y-intercept of -3, down 3, and over 1, but I can't do that, so I'm going to go up 3 and left 1. Solid line this time. And shading is greater than that line, so greater than would be this side. You can see wherever it turns green, because I'm using yellow and blue, Wherever it turns green is the solution zone. So on your paper, when I go to grade, that zone should be darkened. It should be the darkest area. It should stand out. Okay, because that's the actual solution area. The yellow and the blue just helped us to locate that. Okay, number 16. Y-intercept, top one of -3, up 5, and over 2, dash line, shading is greater than, so it's above. Second one, y-intercept of 3, down 1, right 2 is our slope. Solid line, shading would be greater than again. So again, you can see where it's turning green on the screen is where the solution area would be. That's your solution zone or your solution region. All right, one more. Top one is y-intercept of 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, solid line. Less than is below, so we shade all of this. Second inequality, y-intercept of -2, down 5, you can't do that, so we'll go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and left 2. Solid line. Shading on that is less than as well, so that's this side. You can see where it's turning green, again, is the solution zone, or the region of solution. So I would darken that as my solution area. Okay, so remember, the review is worth 5 bonus points if you complete all of it. Okay, and you can bring in the little small piece of paper to use as a note card with notes on it to help you with your test.